Say amen. Welcome, viewers. So we have gone live now. Amen. Our lives go better. Our families go better. Amen. We go better. We go better. Amen. 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 Our lives go better. Amen. Our families go better. Amen. Amen. We go better. Amen. We go better. Amen. 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 Woo! Welcome, 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 welcome to another edition of Marriage Clinic Live. How are you today? I remain your host, Bralaya and Okuti. Thank you so much for joining us today. A big thank you to all our followers, to all our members. Thank you for your participation, for your contributions on our various platforms. We are very grateful. Thank you to all our new members as well. We celebrate you. We are glad that you joined us. And thank you to all our new subscribers too on YouTube. Thank you so much. Please feel free to leave us a comment, a like, and please, if you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. So today is going to be an insightful and an expository one, because we have a special guest on the program today, and I want to believe that we will be learning a lot. We will be learning a lot today, because see, this is what marriages need right now. We need all the information, all the knowledge, the understanding that can help to equip men and women out there on how to do marriage better. So we need this training opportunity. It is very important that we do this from time to time. So we have our guest in the house today. We are privileged to have all the way from New Zealand. Actually, she should be sleeping by now, but I want to believe, because this is what she has been called to do. She has sacrificed, our sleep to be with us because of the time difference. I mean, we are in the evening, they are in the early hours of the morning, and yet she made the time to be here. So we are so excited to have her today. So I would like to introduce our special guest today, as she will be speaking to us about the secret to lasting love in marriage. It's my pleasure to bring up this evening Mrs. Busola Martins. She is a relationship and a marriage mentor. Woo! Welcome, 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 all the way from New Zealand.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. We are glad to have you on the program on Marriage Clinic Live, and we believe we'll be learning a lot today. So straight to the question. So you may want to share with us the secret to lasting love in marriage, because I believe that couples, husband and wife, they need to know this. They need to know this, because we've seen marriages where they started out, with love, loving each other, but somehow the love, start fading off, and the marriage went sour. So what would you say are the secret to lasting love in marriage?
So the secret varies from place to place, because one man's meat is another man's poison. There's no one size fit all thing. But I can just say they are all categorized into two divisions. Number one is love. And love is not just a feeling, you see. When we were a lot younger, we would be thinking love is that butterfly in the tummies and Cinderella story, Prince Charming. But, it goes beyond that. So love is actually a decision. So decision to walk with this person for a lifetime till death, separates the two parties. And that means deciding to go along with them regardless of their highs, regardless of their lows, regardless of if they can have children or not, regardless of the fact of if they eventually become failures or successes, all the good, bad, and ugly. That's what it means. So it's not only that, oh, everything is working and then I'm in love. And then when things are not working, I fall out of love. So that is the number one thing. Are you ready to walk the journey with this person, regardless of what comes? That's number one. So that's a decision you have to make so that when storms arise, then you can say, well, I decided, I went to the market and I chose this good, which is this man or this woman, and I'm ready to go all the way with it. That's number one. The other one is respect. The Bible says, submit, wives, to your husbands. And then in another part, it talks about both of you submit to one another. There's a regular adage that says that respect begets respect. So whether you're the man or you're the woman, respect is very important. In as much as in our workplaces or in the public transports or wherever we go to in the community, we respect people. How much more the people we call our life partners? It becomes even more pertinent. It becomes even more important for us to, show respect. And respect comes in a lot of things. It could mean that I give priority to this person, what they want to do. I listen to them when they talk. I challenge them firmly but respectfully. So respect all the other things like all communication and all of these things, they fall under love and respect. So when these things are in place, I put this person first before me. That's love. That's a kind of respect. I give my husband or my wife the kind of presence they want, not what I think is good for them. That's a kind of love. That's a kind of respect. When these two legs are in place, then you can be sure of running the marathon to a success.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. So based on what you said about the fact that it's a decision, a lifelong decision to work with this person to the end,
Yeah.
we know that of late we've seen a lot of things happening, a lot of news, a lot of stories about couples who get so bitter with each other to the point that they will start killing each other. We've seen murder cases where husband is killing wife, wife is killing husband. So if we say that it's just it's a decision to walk the journey for a lifetime, so at what point should someone draw a line to say, hey, if I continue here, my life may go for it, my life, because we see what happens. There was a recent case of a pastor in Orlando, Florida, that shot the wife, and before he did that, he threatened days before to say, you know what, if I don't kill you by tomorrow, call me a fake man. But this
Wow.
woman felt, yeah, the video was trending. Call me a fake man of God. And this woman felt, oh, it's marriage, let's just keep. And truly, he went, to her place of work and shot her severally. Today, she's dead. So, at what point should people use their senses to say, see, if I continue here, then my life may go for it untimely,
Hmm.
so that we can also, draw that line.
Yeah, you see, wisdom is profitable to direct. If I usually say that if your life is going to be in danger, then you save your life first before the marriage, because it is whoever is alive that will live in the marriage. When you're alive, then you can be in the marriage. When you're not alive, obviously the man will go for somebody else or the woman will go for somebody else. And even sometimes when the person is not alive, say for example, he becomes mentally deranged or maimed, then they're not, so to speak, useful in that marriage anymore. So if your life is at stake, you save your life first before thinking of saving the marriage. First thing is, if you have people you can talk to them, seek help. If you have, that's one of the importance of the way the African culture and the Bible puts it. I usually emphasize on that. You have your parents, you have mentors before you got married. Who can this woman listen to? Who can this man listen to? When you have those people in place, you can easily call on them when there's a problem and say, hey, look here, I think we've got a problem here. Can you help? When they are unable to help, you've got the state, you've got the government. You might want to get them involved. Hey, look here. Many people, especially Africans, feel like, oh, we shouldn't get the state involved. We shouldn't tell people what's going on. But come on, you're dying slowly. And eventually you're going to be gone. You will be dead. And what happens after that? So if your life is going to be in danger, hey, save your life first. If you need to move out, if you need to be separated for a while, be separated until everything is resolved. Then you can safely come back together. If it's not safe to come back together, if the air is not clear, then it's no point coming back. If the man or the woman, if they're making empty promises, but there are no viable changes in their character, then it's no point coming back. If he keeps beating you to stupor, or she keeps going around doing all sorts, being a violent person or whatever, it's no point hanging around them. Even if they do not kill you physically, they're going to kill that person mentally, emotionally. They're going to cause a lot of emotional damage or wreck, which may become very hard to fix in the long run. So yeah, save your life first before saving the marriage.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am, for that question. Then, while you were talking about the second point, which is respect, you talked about the fact that we should do things the way our spouse wants it, not the way we feel, oh, it's okay to do it, but we should do it the way our partner wants it. Now, I've seen from experience in marriage clinic, I've seen cases where, some people believe that who cares about the way she wants it or the way he wants it? We are talking about our culture here, our tradition. This is the way we have always done it. This is the way my parents, my grandparents have always done it. So who is she to be telling me this is the
What
way I do it? She doesn't have a say, he doesn't have a say. I just want to do whatever I like without considering how this man wants it, how this woman wants it. And I noticed that alone is tearing some couples apart in the sense that they are gradually drifting away from each other without knowing. So I want you to speak more about that. Why is it important to do it the way your partner wants it?
The first thing is that marriage is friendship, and you want your friend to be happy. Once you start dissatisfying your friend, it's no longer friendship. That's just for your friend. For example, your friend likes yellow and blue and white, and you keep giving them presents in red. You're not showing that you understand them. You're putting them off. Say, for example, your friend has allergies to eating peanuts or eating chocolate, and you keep gifting them peanuts and chocolate. You're hurting them. You're not helping them. And even if they do not say anything, over time, they're going to withdraw. Same with marriage. Marriage is supposed to be a friendship. So if that friend, if you keep doing what they do not want, if you keep just serving out of your selfish position, then things will naturally drift apart. People will definitely go their separate ways. Or even if one party keeps trying, eventually they may get tired and worn out and eventually give up. Apart from marriage being friendship, marriage is a kind of service. It's deciding to serve this person. It's like when you go to the restaurant and you're like, hey, I'm the waiter here. I want to serve you. How can I help? And your customer says, can I have some rice and this and this? And they placed their order. And you turned up with pounded yam. Come on. They will never come back to that restaurant again. So look at marriage that way.
Mm. Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. So that takes us to another question. It's actually a controversial one that happened recently
Mm-hmm.
between a couple, and I got to hear about it on at Marie Clinic. So the man believes that whatever the wife owns is equally his own. So there's this Yoruba adage or this African adage that says "Eni to leru lo leru," that is the owner of the slave
Slave
equally owns
owns
the property
everything the slave
the slave
has.
had.
Wow.
So because of that, this woman says she took a loan, from her place of work, and she used the loan to purchase a land. And she told the husband about this land, and the husband got to know about the land, knew the location, and this man went behind her to start farming on the land. He converted the land to farmland. Meanwhile, this woman told him that, see, the reason why I bought this land is because I'm tired of paying rent. Because the man wasn't doing much. The burden was too much on the woman. So the woman felt, let's use the land to build. I'm tired of helping you to pay your rent, covering your shame. But this man went behind her, to farm on the land. And guess what? When the woman got to know, she was really upset to the point that she left her marriage because of that. Apparently, that may not be the only reason. It's possible the man has been doing some worse things before that. She just felt, oh, I've had enough.
Mm.
In that situation, many African men and women, they can't see anything wrong in what the man has done. Everybody keeps saying, after all, what the woman owns belongs to the man. So why does he need to take permission from her before converting the land to a farmland? So what do you think about that, ma'am?
Hmm. Do unto others what you want them to do to you. So the Yoruba adage that says "Eni to leru lo leru." Well, your wife is not a slave. She's your friend. She's not your slave. Even when you married her, they didn't give her to you as a slave. God
Hmm,
calls your wife your helper.
hmm,
When you go to somebody and you say, help me, that means in a way that person has more capacity in a particular way to support you to do something. That's what a helper means.
hmm,
Although the woman may be a weaker vessel,
hmm,
but God has placed them there so that they can help the man. Now, in that case, I feel the man was infringing. Well, number one, two are better than one. It's better they do it together and they talk. I would have preferred that the woman talk things over with the man first and all
hmm,
that. And
hmm,
maybe purchase the section or the land in both of their names in a
hmm,
situation where everything is okay. But there are instances where we've heard that the man is not looking after the family, or the man is so selfish or gives everything to his family. In that case, the woman has every right to look after herself and buy the land in her own name. Now,
hmm,
if the man infringes, he is walking against the law, because if the legal papers has the name of the woman on the
okay.
section on the land, what is it called in Nigeria? C of O or something.
Yeah, still,
Yeah. So when the name of the woman is on there, for him to use that place, he must take permission.
hmm,
He must talk it over. Even if it's not called permission, they must talk as friends, as a family, and say, what are we doing with this? Yoruba
hmm,
said, "Ọkùnrin réjò, obìnrin pa."
hmm,
Kwejo ṣáà ti kú ni, So as whether you want to do farming or you want to build, that's not the matter now. The matter is, are you working together? So for the
hmm,
man to go behind the back and start farming there without talking to the woman, that is outrightly wrong. It's like going to her workplace and sitting at her desk saying, this is my wife's place of work. I'm here to work here today. That's exactly what it means. Yeah. So because you married her does not mean you have every authority over her. That's what most African men have failed to understand. And that has consistently put a lot of marriages on hold and in
hmm.
trauma. because the man thinks I am superior in every way. I can't listen to what you say. You have no idea or no opinion. I have the last word. But most times it's not true.
mm, mm,
So the man should have taken permission. And
mm,
that woman, in my opinion, should have also talked things over with the husband first before buying that section. But again, it depends on the circumstances of the marriage. If things were really bad, that the woman was placed in a disadvantaged position, then she may have no other option than to do what she did.
true. True. Thank you, Ma, for answering that question. So there are also some couples that believe that, oh, I shouldn't tell my partner everything. I shouldn't tell my spouse everything. I should hide some things away from my partner, because if I should tell them, that plan will not work out. Or if I should tell them, they will kick against it. So, for example, someone was talking to me during the week and said, I don't tell my wife things, because once I tell her, she will kick against it and say, no, 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 you can't do this, you can't give them this, you can't do charity, you can't, so some believe that don't tell a woman everything. As a matter of fact, some believe that even your salary, how much you earn at your place of work, don't tell your wife. If you are earning 1 million, please, you better tell the woman that what you are earning is 100,000. Please, ma'am, please
Oh
don't.
my God. Okay, so I think yeah, it's this, well, maybe this African thing, Some men would say that, oh, the woman is a witch. So anything I tell her, I told her this last 5 years, it didn't work. 4 years
Mm,
ago, I told her that it didn't work.
mm,
3 years ago, I told her. So what's the probability that if I tell her things will work?
mm,
You see, it's like an aeroplane
mm,
trying to fly on two engines.
mm,
Let's say the optimal performance is two engines.
mm,
But if you try to fly on one engine, you're not maximizing the potential. You're running things on one engine.
mm,
You were meant to have two legs. Apologies to those that have challenges with their legs and all that. This is no disrespect to anyone. But humanly speaking, God made us with two legs. And if your legs are, if you're standing on two legs, it's easier. When you use one leg, it's really hard.
mm,
It's even harder when you try to stand on one leg. That's what some men are doing, or some women.
mm,
When you try to run alone, you're doing it on one leg. Not that you
mm,
will not achieve those plans. Yeah, you may achieve them, but you will achieve them spending more energy, more time, more resources,
yeah.
expending the whole of yourself. Little wonder, I was listening to something some time ago, I think it was a research. Little
Mm,
wonder men die earlier than the
mm,
women,
mm,
because they're supposed to use the capacity and the input of the woman. But when you say you can run alone,
mm,
well, come on, run along. If
mm,
you run along and you leave the woman behind, you're
mm,
supposed to contribute 50%. She brings about 50%. You run together, you enjoy together in
yes.
that strength. Then when you say you want to use all of your energy, 100% to run, then halfway down, you're gone.
True.
So that's what happens. That's one of the reasons we have a lot of male death, early death, because
Mm,
they try to do it all by themselves. Same with you as a woman. If you want to do it all by yourself, you're expending the energies that you're not supposed to expend. God puts somebody in your life so that they can input and contribute to your success as an individual and as a family unit. But if you're not
mm,
utilizing that resource, you are shortchanging yourself and your children. Because if any one of you passes away untimely, you put the other person in a difficult position. If you've got children, you put them in difficult positions because you chose to run alone. When people are trying to guide you and saying, hey, don't give to this one, don't do that, well, some people may do it to the extreme. However, these things are there to guide. So when there's a balance, when there's that contribution, why don't you weigh the options? Why don't you sit down and discuss, find the middle ground, and protect yourself? Most of the times when the women are saying, hey, stop, slow down, or if the man is saying stop, slow down, it is actually to protect that
Yeah,
person if we look closely enough.
yeah, it's true. It's true. Thank you so much, Ma, for answering that question. So the next question, some people believe that this respect and submission of a thing should be dependent on the behavior of the man. So, for example, someone once said, "Ma'am, please, how do you expect me to respect this man that has refused to do respectable things? A man that doesn't do respectable things, how do you expect me to respect him?" And some other women believe that, why would I submit to a man who has refused to work, who is a lazy bone, just sit at home? Some will gamble away, some will be doing betting, sport betting, this betting, and they will not work, to take care of their home. So some of these women believe, so why should I, the sensible one, submit myself or respect the insensible one, in the union? So what do you think about this, ma'am?
So, like I said, you see, marriage is a decision, love is a decision. Say, for example, you bought a car. I remember I had a neighbor some years back. I think the car she bought was brand new or almost brand new. She
Hmm.
bought it for her 40th birthday.
Hmm.
And I think shortly after, the car developed a problem. If you were
Yeah.
the one, would you throw the car away?
No.
If you purchased a house and after moving into the house, you find that there are plumbing problems, there's that problem, there's that problem, do you burn down the house?
Hmm.
Same with marriage.
Hmm.
So that the man is not responsible does not take away the fact that respect should be given. It was a package. You chose that package, regardless. You
Yeah.
decided to go for it, good, bad, ugly, up,
Hmm.
down, mountain, hills, valleys,
True.
seas, oceans. You decided to go for it.
Yeah.
And same with the car. When you were buying the car, say it was brand new, if the engine knocked 5 years down, you would still take it to the workshop and say, hey, can you fix this for me? So
Yeah.
what you try looking for is a way to fix the problem. You
Hmm.
do not disrespect the car and tear off the tires and set it ablaze and say, hey, I don't need this anymore, and just chuck it in the bin. No, you don't discard. You do everything to
Hmm.
make sure it works. Same with the marriage. Even if it's the woman that's not, living up to expectation, you do what you can do. The Bible says that the man should wash the woman with the washing of water by the word. That
Hmm.
means you keep trying, you keep
Hmm.
helping, you keep speaking over them.
Hmm.
Same with the woman. The Bible says, not with the word, but by the actions, the men may see what it is that is right to do.
Hmm.
So, discarding them, you are not God. You can see them today, but you don't know what they will become 5 years down the line. So if you throw them away in the trash, when they eventually turn around, you lose out on becoming part of their success story. So don't give up. Do your bit, do your best, and just hope for a better future.
True. Okay, thank you so much, Ma, for that. So, I think we have two more questions. So this one says, so how do you handle a spouse who is addicted to cheating or infidelity? And they believe they could just stroll in and stroll out of their marriage. So there was this example of a man that went with another woman, and after 5 years, the other woman abandoned him because he doesn't have money anymore. And now he's pleading with his own wife after 5 years to say, oh, the other woman has abandoned me. I want you to come back to me. And the woman is being reluctant, and everyone is pleading that, oh, the woman should go back to him and all of that. What do you think about that, ma'am?
Well, for me, Because I'm a pastor, I would say that has the person prayed it through? Because only God knows the future. You
Exactly.
can say the person, you can bring the person back and they repeat the same cycle. Has the person changed? Are you on the same pedestal? Do you believe the same things? You know, we pray for peace. We want marriages to work. But
Yeah.
then if this person is going to pull you down, if this person is going to cause you heartaches, because already if you are healing, for example, and this
True.
person walks back into your life and causes you another damage, that's double whammy.
Mm.
So are you ready to go through that again?
Mm.
I know sometimes, you know, the sexual urge is there. You want the man to be there to give you comfort. But is that worth it compared to the pain that you
Mm.
will go through? And we've
Mm.
heard stories of women going nuts and becoming mentally deranged, losing their minds because of the hurts they've been through, because of the emotional and mental abuse that they've been through. So if this guy is not changed, or you can't, you know, he's just strolling back in, just trying to come back because the other place was, you know, the other person sent him out. You need to weigh your options properly. The other thing is this: if you're going to accept him, have
Mm.
have you guys gone for counseling?
Mm.
Has he gone for rehabilitation?
True.
What help is he seeking? A lot of African men do not like counseling. They do not
That's
like
all.
being told what to do.
Exactly.
Let him go to rehab. Let him
Mm.
become open. Is he ready to be accountable to you as his wife? So it's not just like, oh, come back, open arms. This is an answer to prayer. No, it's good that we
That's
say,
actually what some people said, that, oh, this is an answer to the woman's prayer. She must have been praying that the man should come back. Mm.
yeah, that's true. The man, yeah, we want the man to come back. But again, if he's been doing it, if he's been a repeat offender through the years, is
Mm.
this a guarantee that he will not do it again? If he's going to do it again and draw you back 10 years, put you back 10 years behind your schedule, it's no point,
Mm.
because you want to keep going forward rather than looking backward. So that's the importance of having mentors, counselors, and all that. When they all come into the boat, support the man through the decision. If the man is really willing. The other thing is that some people are willing to do the right thing. They do not just have the capacity to do it.
Mm.
So I would say, as in my pastoral heart, I would say seek help from God, because with your human mind, you can't do these things. But when you ask God to help you, then you can do it. But again, the two of them must agree together. The man must be ready to be accountable. He must know what boundaries he has with women. He must run from them. His phone shouldn't be passworded. He must tell where he's going, what he's doing with each person, even without being asked. He must be ready to be transparent, and not
Mm.
just being ready to do it. He must actually do it when he
Mm.
gets back with the woman. And then they can say, yes, we're sure of a successful marriage in the future. Without these things, I think it's still going to be the same story.
True, true, true. Thank you, Ma, for that question. So while you were talking, you actually mentioned something that has been a controversial topic in Africa and in Nigeria generally. So that's the issue of people passwording their phones in marriage. You know, like, oh, husband password his phone, wife password her own phone to, you know, oh, you can't touch my phone. And I've heard even several preachers say, oh, if you don't want to die young, stop trying to gain access to your spouse's phone, leave their phone alone. You are married to them, you are not married to their phone, leave their phone alone. If you don't want break, leave their phones alone. Now, there was the case of a lady that said, ma'am, me, I'm tired of this marriage, because this man is always going to the toilet to make secret phone calls, to chat secretly. And once I open the door of the toilet, he will quickly, adjust and pretend as though he wasn't doing anything. And when I try to access the phone has been passworded. So what is he doing? Could he be cheating on me? And everyone said, obviously, he's cheating on you. But when when you see a woman trying to touch a man's phone, or a man trying to touch a woman's phone, we will make it look like, oh, it's an abomination. Don't touch their phone. Leave their phone. Personal effect is personal, personal, personal. Don't touch it. What do you think about this, man?
Ha. Hey, it's well.
Oh man,
See, we must understand that marriage is a beautiful thing. But the devil tries to thwart beautiful things and make them look ugly. So all this negativity we see and hear, this one is passwording and all that. In an ideal situation, it should not be. The Bible says that they were two together in the garden. They were transparent. They were naked. They were not ashamed. The nakedness there means transparency. Even if there's a openness, even if there's a password on the phone, the other party should know what the password is. So there are some people that even though they have the password, they give the password to their wife or to their husband. They still do all sorts and say, look at it, whatever your eye finds, that's your cup of tea. So it's not even the password that matters now. It is the ability to trust. So when trust is gone, that's when we see all these things flying around. When the person has been lying consistently, when there's a pattern of inconsistent behavior, then the woman or the man starts having red flags that what's wrong. I want to see who they're talking to. I want to know who is influencing their decision. That's when they start prying into what they're actually doing. Initially, they may not bother. But when they start seeing inconsistencies, or when they have heard stories of people being inconsistent in their relationship, they want to know, what is this person doing? Am I with the right person? But hey, look here. You've got your life to live as a woman. You've got to be a strong woman. Same with you if you're a man. Don't worry about what that person is doing. I know it's painful, It doesn't sound ideal to just look away. Just be strong and look away. Pray for them. You do the right thing. When the time is right, they will turn around and come back home. Because that means what you seek, you will find. If you are looking for information in their phone, even if it's an innocent text from a work colleague, you would, you will read meanings to it and say, why is this person sending this message and all that and all that. So I believe in transparency, but if they're not willing to be transparent, we all have human rights. So let them be happy without having access to their phones. There are other things, there are 1,001 things you guys can do together without the phone. But it's challenging, I know. Having somebody that keeps secrets or keeps you out of a particular part of their life, it's very challenging. You keep your own phone open if you can, to show them the example of what you want to do. But there's no hard and fast way really about it. Just be transparent, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Ma. So the last question is regarding the fact that some people don't like to go for counseling. Like you mentioned, they know that this thing, I need help, there is a problem, but they will not want to counseling. I know someone that will be like, oh, please, anything third party, I don't want it. I don't want third party in this marriage. I don't want any mentor, any counselor, any pastor to intervene. Because I don't want any third party. Once you bring third party, it's fight or quarrel. Meanwhile, they will not do the right thing. They will not do the right thing. So in that case, in fact, I've had cases where a lot of women will cry and say, "Ma'am, how do I get him to attend counseling so that he can hear this right thing, and begin to do the right thing?" But some of them will not, while some will, seek help, attend counseling classes, and try to improve on themselves. So in cases like that, what can the partner do?
Love overcomes everything. Bible says love never fails. That's just the simple answer. When there's sufficient love, there's sufficient prayer for wisdom, and there's the proper act. The Bible says right words are forcible. When you speak the right words and act the right way, there's hardly nothing you cannot get a man to do. There's something called woman power.
Mm.
And that's what this is this side chicks. That's what they use.
Mm.
What the side chicks are doing, what they're using is simply woman power. Of course, some men have their problem. So if you can use that side chick thing, the side chick, even if the man is behaving somehow, he'll bring out the boy in him, make him feel like a boy. If the man wants to feel like a chief or king, a president, the side chick will make him feel like that. No wonder the man will always accept what the side chick says. So you too, you want him to go for counseling, the side chick will say, hey, no, you can't talk to me like that. No, I can't take that. And the man will say, oh, sorry, my dear, to the side chick. But the woman at home will say the same thing. It is
And
presentation. The woman at home probably is in her nightgown, tattered, not looking so good, and say, Babarisi, you didn't do this, and all this. No decorum. He's not going to listen.
true.
So I'd add a little bit of spice, that's on the side. But again, that's the importance of knowing God, in my opinion. This is what has helped me personally. The Bible says that the heart of kings is in the hands of God, and God can turn the heart of man wherever he chooses to. There was a time I was asking God for something. At that time, my husband wasn't fasting as I wanted him. I don't even know if he fasted at that time. So one day I just prayed, I said, Lord, this man, let him be fasting. Just touch it. Do you know? Before I knew it, he just decided to start fasting like endlessly for like 40 days or something. I was like, really, God, this is how you answer prayer. That is just one of the examples. So when we take things to God in prayer, God knows the right thing to tell them. God knows how to explain to them in their own language, even the way we cannot explain. And you will see them turn around and actually listen, but not nagging, not pointing out their fault. Let's do it in love. And after night matters or bedroom matters, our parents taught us that after bedroom matters, when you have done the deed, those are times you can use to talk and make your requests, because a man can give anything under that condition. Yeah. So if you use that condition to say, hey, my dear, this thing we have been talking about, you see, you didn't listen to me. Now you want to be touching me. You say, okay, I will go. When will you go? Oh, yeah, tell me. Oh, yeah, write it. Type it in my phone now. Because it's already, you know. So those are things that our parents taught us, that those are also atmospheres as part of the woman power that we have, that we can also use, coupled with prayer and grace.
Mm. Thank you so much, ma'am. We
No
really,
worries,
really
my
learned
pleasure.
a lot. I want to believe that our viewers out there too have learned from all the analogy, the examples you have given. Thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting our invitation. In fact, it's
So
really
much
an
for
interesting one.
Thank you so much for having me. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. My regards to the family. I'm so grateful. We hope to have you some other time again. Thank you, ma'am.
God willing. Amen.
Bye, ma'am.
All right. Bye.
So, hi, viewers at home. We have come to the end of the program today. I want to believe that you've learned a lot from this program. Please, let's put into practice some of these things that we have learned, and let's try to get help as much as we can. Please, if you are here to subscribe to our YouTube channel, don't forget to do so. Give us a like if you like what we have done today, or leave us a comment. I remain your host, Marlai, and hope to till we meet again. Say bye bye.